in stereo. We hooked up these dynamic MCs and found out how it feels to be the voice of a generation.
We're a generation of young. And right now, the world's controlled by older men, you know what I mean? So we the next generation coming up right here. People like, yo, hip-hop is coming so big worldwide because that's more of us who grew up in the same kind of like mentality, I would say. I don't care if it's white boys or black boys, you know what I mean? It's like if they going through something, they relate to us like that. You know what I'm saying? Whereas their fathers might not relate. But this particular generation we living in right here, this is a very special generation right here. You go to a Wu-Tang concert, you're gonna see Asians, Mexicans, white boys, black boys. I mean, they all be up in there like this, representing how we feel. It's like, yo, man, I bug out off it.
And it's a good thing. It's a beautiful thing that the music unify all the youth, of all races. Because like he said, whatever race you are, this is for all the youth.
We represent America right now on the highest level right now. You got millions of people around the world checking out what we saying, what we doing. We actually a living example of the American dream. I came from eating peanut shells, one pair of sneakers every other year or something like that, to closets full of everything, to cars and things that really probably could be imaginable for a kid that live in my neighborhood. We getting paid for just talking and programming electronic gadgets. I love it. Quite sure all of us love it right there.
Yeah, I mean, if you really look at it, think about it. Everyone here is really from, I'm talking about like projects. Think about it. I mean, look at us today. So use this power right here. No matter how you look at it, every kid that's watching this has a hip-hop CD under their mattress. So we are the voices of America.
The biggest misconception is how the media portray who we are. Just on the TV the other day, they said my brother is shooting at cops. You know what I'm saying? But meanwhile, the cops are shooting at him. But on the TV said, oh, old dirty bastard, blah, 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 blah.
It's like good news ain't news. Bad news is the news.
And the media misconcepts us. Like, yo, these guys are all bad guys. On the real, we out there feeding a lot of miles of what we doing. More miles than the average businessman is doing right now. A lot of us came from hell. You go to Queensbridge, that's hell. You know, I mean, you go to Shaolin, Park Hill Projects, hit up Harlem, that's hell right there. You know, on TV, you know, we shining and all that, and it's all good. But it's a lot of cats trapped in that hell. A lot of our cousins, a lot of our brothers or whatever. It's a real misconception about what we represent. We represent right now the poor and starving. We out to make a better way for everybody out there.
And on the top of what RZA just said, we gotta watch our backs, you know what I mean? We gotta be careful how we move because, you know, a lot of eyes be on us now. Yeah, we entertainers and all of that, but we from the ghetto, so, you know, people look at us to just self-destruct. And it's a lot of, you know, you get a lot of enemies because of your fame. You get a lot of jealousy, not just people in your neighborhood, but people you would never expect want to see you, you know, take you down, you know what I mean? We got to deal with a lot of pressure.
I just feel like America should be proud. They should be happy because the more of us get deals, the more of us you don't have to worry about coming in your window, going in your pocket.
Straight up, though.
For real, like for everybody up here is at least 15 people eating off that one individual. So
right.
The more you keep seeing Mase on MTV, the more he got a shiny suit on. He don't have to put a hoodie on. So that's just something to think about.
That's real.
I'd be surprised if me, Wyclef, Mase, and Nas as executives, and there's a bunch of white rappers out there, and we just, all we doing is just signing them up and putting them out. To me, MCs are like Jedi Knights right now. A lot of cats that's rapping and making money. As far as a good MC, it's like trying to find somebody like Luke Skywalker out there. You know what I'm saying? We try to keep our sports sharp, our thoughts sharp, and represent the artistic form of it beyond just, you know how much cream we gonna catch. Right now, anybody could do it because they done seen us do it. You done watch 20 videos, so it's easy to imitate and duplicate. But as far as the originality and the force that we bring to the table right here, it's something great right there, and it's hard to really define what it is.
When you talk about MC, master of the ceremony, someone that takes one word and put it to the next word. You take the person's lyrics and then you could put a book out of it. I had to say Nas. Every word is just so visual. And then you could put it in a book and then you open it up and you could read it as a story, you know what I mean? I think he's one of the cats that just did it for me, you know what I mean? I said, yo, you need to get up on it, you know what I'm saying?
When I used to listen to like Rakim and Big Daddy Kane and Coogee Rap, we used to argue. about who was better, you know, and be ready to fight over if I like Rakim better and then he like G-Rap or Kane. There's always gonna be competition. There's gonna be like on Easter, back in the days, we had to come out looking fly, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I know the guy from Building 4006 is gonna come out with the new Fila suit on and the Filas to match it. So I'm like, damn, I gotta compete with him because he's gonna win all the favoritism from the girls, and all the older guys is gonna respect him more. So that competitive thing is just a human thing, and that does carry into the music too. So I can't front.
We definitely do talk that, you know what I mean? Definitely do talk it, you know, to listen to my songs, Wu-Tang, we like Wu-Tang sport is invincible. You know what I'm saying? I feel that in my heart, you know what I mean? As grown men though, you know what I'm saying? It's like we realize, you know what I'm saying?
It's respect.
It's respect. And we champions without opponents.
I mean, it's all like, we feel great when you say, damn, look at Wu-Tang. I want to be like them. And then you get up there and you make it, and you be like, I made it. Like, that's the competitive thing we probably have. Well, Mase, look at Mase, like, he's doing his thing. Like, I want to do it like that. So it's more like a friendly. It's not like it's not battle no more because we saw the results of that. Unfortunately.
My favorite rapper of all time, even though I'm on Bad Boy, is Tupac. You know, I just like the way how he expressed himself. It was no slick talking. It was just, you know what I'm talking about. That's what I think of when I think of great MCs. When they come in, they don't have to have a diamond watch. You know who they are. The greats, they just, is their presence.
It's great, word. My personal favorite MC that I ever heard in my life to my naked ear is the Jizza. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by that, the way he put his words together, the way he used to put his stuff together, and the way he continued to do it, that's like from one sentence, I could take it 50,000 ways.
DMX to me is like one of the guys who came straight out the gutter when everything was like all over the place because of the loss of two great ones in the game. You know what I mean? DMX came out of nowhere, straight out the gutter, and did the unexpected without doing what you know most of us usually do. You know, he just came with it straight hip hop. And then when you listen to his album, he came with attitude, energy, and just a whole new, you know, whole new soul and stuff.
He reminds me kind of like Old Dirty without the certain kind of things that Dirty be getting involved with. It's like you wouldn't expect, but he got some kind of appeal like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like a real cat getting his chance right there, and his son is taking it to the extreme. As far as Jay-Z, I like to congratulate him, first of all, because I remember him walking to the Muslim shop on Bushwick to get a slice of wheat, Sudan pizza, you know what I mean? He was really known for his fast rhyming. His son was the fastest and clearest one. Like a lot of guys do that fast, but he was fast and clear. He kind of slowed his pace down and started putting like that, and I think he did a great job.
He came in a style that me, myself, and Biggie and Wu-Tang kind of put that style together, and he came up in the middle of that, and he's a smart, intelligent MC. He could mix all the styles and try to be the modern type of MC. I think Eminem is blazing to me. I think his style is like he do what he want to do. You know, he don't front. He's just straight up.
He's saying
whatever you want to say, and you can take it how you want to take it.
I think additional to that, he's gonna do exceptionally well. Cause they was waiting for somebody to be a solo artist.
Great white hope type thing, right?
He's like Tommy Morrison, you know, you wanna see him win.
You got white hip-hop rappers coming out right now. I know white boys that make fat beats. I know white rappers on Shaolin that's killing it. You go to Germany, you got German rappers, you got Italian rappers, you got French rappers now. They don't even buy records no more because they do it themselves now. One thing I would say though is that we are the fathers of this. We're the fathers of many cultures and things that happen on this planet. And people, you know, they enjoy the festivities of what we bring forth to the world, and they in turn repeat them back onto us. I was watching MTV last week, and I had a lot of the alternative guys on there. But they basically were saying they hip hop too.
Even the alternative records, the break beats behind them are hip hop.
Commercials.
We're all hip hop.
Like I saw a rock and roll guy do my video over.
Yeah.
In Vegas. He did the whole video, so the whole world is hip hop.
And don't be surprised if me, Wyclef, Mase, and Nas as executives, and there's a bunch of white rappers out there, and we just, all we doing is just signing them up and putting them out. Don't be surprised.
And tell them to put that silver suit on so we can get on MTV.
I want to quote my man Ghostface though, you damn right we fans.
Okay. I wasn't signed with Bad Boy. I was just like the ultimate underground. But when I got in the business, I just started realizing a lot of things. A lot of times, you know, you see Mase, you say, oh, that's who Mase is. That's who the label felt like they wanted Mase to be. When I first started doing rap, you know, I was with Puff. Shiny suit, just make it baggy. You know, I'm one of those guys that I'm gonna do what I gotta do regardless.
Commercial is good for underground artists coming up from the hood to be popular and mainstream. That's what we dreamed for. We didn't come in to wear book bags on our backs and run around, smoke blunts and say we hip hop. We wanted to be stars. The only bad part about commercial is if you got a made up group where somebody gotta make their rhymes for them, tell them how to dress. People like us right here, if we call anybody up here commercial, there's nothing wrong with that. Commercial is where it's just a title. You know what I mean? That you get once you sell, millions of people is buying into you. Once you get popular. Like, look at RZA. RZA represent the street experience. You see him in a magazine standing next to Warren Beatty, you're gonna be like, he's commercial now?
Right.
Because he's stepping up to the film industry. You can't put a cap on nobody's salary out here.
Wu-Tang ain't commercial to me, you know what I'm saying? We never gonna be commercial. We Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? We got hundreds of songs that y'all never will hear based on how y'all judge us. We just make them and keep them inside our own crib. I got dats of music that was actually part of our best material that y'all never gonna hear because it ain't for y'all like that because y'all can't appreciate it.
We can't just limit ourselves and be like, I can't do that because people gonna say I'm commercial when you know that that's your dream to do it like that, and you may not see nothing wrong with it. They was saying I went commercial from Illmatic to It Was Written. I'm never gonna go outside of my character. You know what I'm saying? Even if I do a record with Bob Dylan, this is all music, and if I respect that man as a musician, that's what I want to do. Now it's just because I came from the street and do a record with this one, it gets that commercial name to it.
If Elvis Presley was alive right now, I'd do a joint with Elvis. I wouldn't care. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if I'm gonna grab Elvis crowd and get them to see this, I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? So when we came out with the score, like Killing Me Softly just blew up all over the place. But thanks to Killing Me Softly, everyone picked up the score and they got a chance to hear How Many Mics, Ready or Not, Fuji La, you understand? And the minute it sells over 1 million copies, that's when the hating start, you know what I mean?
The Fuji album, I wouldn't say that album was no commercial album. I'm saying the Fuji album sounded like a raw album to me, you know what I mean? And it blew up worldwide. Power is in y'all hands. It ain't in our hands. All we do is what we've been doing, making tapes and making songs. You know what I'm saying? When we put them out there, we don't know who's gonna play it or don't play it. Only 1 out of every 10 video I make will air on your station. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it's because it's non-commercial or commercial. They be telling me all the time, MTV won't play your video, RZA. They didn't gotta play my video because I ain't make it just for them to play it. They wasn't playing it a few years ago. So y'all commercialize us and y'all keep us underground. Y'all got the power to make us go commercial underground. It's all at y'all disposal. You know what I'm saying? And we appreciate it too. We appreciate when y'all play it, because when y'all play it, we like, yo, you see me on MTV, we brag about it. But at the same time though, I'm mature in my life, so I don't get no hard feelings when you don't play it.
If I do a video, straight up, this is Clef speaking. The video's costing me money. I have problems if I don't see that video on MTV or whatever. Because I'm saying, hold up, why am I spending all of this money? That's why I got mad respect for people who take control of their videos. So like, Gone to November, that was my concept. And I said, this is what I want to do while everyone's doing big videos or whatever. I just want to do a simple video where I'm just walking at the airport with a guitar in my hand. While everyone's doing all of these explosions or whatever, I'm gonna walk through to the airport or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And got critically acclaimed. So I think at times we need to take charge.
As far as the balance between commercial and underground, it's like, you know what I'm saying, we just live out what we live out. You know what I'm saying, when I make my music, you know what I'm saying, I just make it for me. Personally, I make it for me first, then for the cats around me, and if the world catch on to it, they do, they don't. It's a strange game we in. We realize how strange it is right now, but we definitely appreciate the fans, appreciate the media exposure, and appreciate this chance not to have to be out there, you know what I'm saying, breaking through cars or breaking into somebody's house or selling some piece of controlled substance to eat food, you know what I mean?
I love the fans, but they have to realize when they spend that $16 to buy that CD, they don't own you. They don't own your life. Because a person will tell you in a minute, I spent that $16 on your album. You ain't got to act like that. The best fan is a fan who got respect for themselves. You know, that lets you know from the door, I'm not riding you. I just like your music, you know, shorty, keep doing your thing. But sometimes fans wind up being disrespectful to show you that they not riding you.
And some fans is groupies, you know what I mean? Male groupies too, you know what I mean? They had to come to the hotel and hang out. Ain't nothing going down, son. You know what I mean? I signed the autograph, I gave you the pound, son. That's that. You know what I'm saying? So you got something like that.
This is crazy.
Well, you meet a real fan or somebody in the street that ain't even on you like that, just giving you a pound, don't want no autograph, just showing you the respect. I appreciate those fans much further, because I know they respect me based on they relate to what I relate to.
They don't really think like you human sometimes, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you gotta go on stage, you know what I mean? And like you might catch a stomach cramp or something, or a headache. No matter what happens, you have to go out there and represent for these people. You know what I mean? We got mad loves for the fans and stuff, but like what they were saying, the most important thing is when the cat comes in or a girl and say, yo, I respect your work. Mad love, and then they go on, you know what I'm saying? I love that.
One time with me, you know, I was in Pathmark shopping, hair all crazy, everything. You know, this girl was like, you know, could she take a autograph? I said, yeah, I gave her an autograph. And she said, could she take a picture? And I was like, oh man, I was looking twisted. I was like, I'm sorry, like right now is not a good time. She flipped out on me, you know what I mean? Had her boyfriend, you know what I'm saying, come and we almost got into it like just real quick. Like you get some people that's crazy, but you know, you get a lot of love too.
Well, I love them, you know what I mean? I love the girls that love me. As far as female groupies, it's like, you know what I'm saying, they there for a purpose. Sometimes they come in handy, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's like, you know, you ain't got no time for them. It depends on what you're going through in your own life, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I want to quote my man Ghostface though. You damn right, you fan. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Hillary Clinton. Right?
Monica Lewinsky.
She's sitting there and she's standing by her man, you know what I'm saying? Because she's a real woman and she know that he's in a world out there like that many things happen. You know what I'm saying?
Hillary Clinton. I need a Hillary Clinton.
You know what I mean?
I tell my woman,
Be a Hillary.
be a Hillary.
Straight, nah, that's real though.
Nah, son,
that's
she's
real because he's
standing
the
by it like
president
that,
and
yeah.
she's standing by him. That means so much. Word.
But they got to know, you know, every president might need a Monica Lewinsky. You know?
No, every president
Every
probably
president
had a
has
Monica
one.
Lewinsky. Someone probably had a Tom Lewinsky. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
that's their private life. They ain't nothing to do with us. You know what I mean? So that's them. You know what I mean? And that's the same thing with these groupies. You know, we go out on tour. If you on the road for a month sometime, you know what I'm saying? If something do happen, I don't know what brothers do. I know I went on tour and didn't touch no girls for the fact of I just felt they didn't deserve me. You know what I mean? That's my own conceit, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you may be out there, and you may see them, you know what I mean? And it just keeps you going. It's all good. You can just listen to our lyrics and tell exactly how we grew up and what we've been through. The people who buy it relate to it because they live in the same life. It's only a 5% or 10% of us who got money in this country, even less than that, you know what I mean? And most of us are struggling. So when they hear us, like, they relate to that, yo, I'm with that. And then same thing with P. Master P, come out with the South and they talking about what they going through. It's like New Yorkers went through that already. Like New York crack is kind of like, and drugs is kind of like Giuliani got it locked down. Back out there in the South, it's like 85 out there. It's new to them. They just getting up on getting fat cars and fat jewelry. So they going through the same hell we went through.
A lot of guys, like, they might think that it's easy to get on. Like, a guy might be doing 5 years in jail, come home from an attempt murder charge, he sticks people up for a living and thinks that because people rap like that, he should be the one that everybody loves. But what you gotta realize is none of us sitting here is gonna be those type of guys that did 10 years in jail who just came out of thinking totally dumb. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be in you. You kinda gotta be smart enough to know where you could take your career or whatever you wanna do. You know what I mean? It takes some type of intelligence just to be in this business and last.
I'm about to go back to school and get my bachelor degree. I did 2 years in college and left to pursue music. So I'm real like educated when it comes to books and got a lot of street knowledge, but I was always like a B student. That guy that'll cut class with you but have his stuff together. So A lot of people failed trying to hang out with me.
Just like that, man. Only thing I got from school, no disrespect to American school society, was a chance to meet some girls, you know what I mean? And get my little hump on. I know a lot of cats out there don't like going to school, you know what I mean? Because it's either boring, non-interesting, or whatever. I felt the same way. Kind of dropped out from the 9th grade, whatever. I went for my own knowledge. But the whole value of it, I learned that is my self-knowledge and my own reading the books. You know what I'm saying? Like, I may go to school and get the books and then just go home and read them. You know what I'm saying? So I want kids out there to realize you just got to teach yourself. You got to pick that book up yourself and take your own initiative. That's the only way you're going to learn these days. As far as music, you know, so I was the worst kid in music class, you know what I mean? But right now, they calling me a musical genius. You dig it? So don't even take what this society is saying to you on face value. You know, so look inside yourself and study for yourself, and you'll get much more further.
School was more for my brother than it was for me. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I feel you could learn something and give something back. Because people put limitations to you on telling you you could do this or you could become this or you can't become that. But when you teach yourself or when you have knowledge yourself, you know that you are that. And there's nothing greater than you.
I think school is good for reasons like whatever you want to do in this world, there's a place where you can learn how to do it. It's like if you want to be an accountant, there's a place to go to be an accountant. If you want to make films, they got a school for film. So it's about what you want to be. So, you know, schools is definitely important. We not knocking that. We're just saying that, you know, it's more ourselves wanting to, you know, go out, just obtain the knowledge, you know what I'm saying, that we got. It was more like that inner thing inside of us, man.
You definitely gotta study and know, but leaving it up to a school building, that building is just a building full of things, you know what I mean? But if you go in there, you going to explore for yourself, you're gonna gain much more than having somebody tell you. Like for instance, Wyclef, you didn't really probably learn how to do your guitar from school. They probably told you some basic things, but it was your own inspiration and feeling that brings out what you do.
I want to thank my algebra teacher for failing me. I didn't get good grades, but when it came down to it, I was supposed to graduate from the 12th grade or whatever, and I'll never forget this. My music teacher came to me and was like, yo, Clef, listen, I think you're gonna get a scholarship or whatever. But she said, there's a problem. This math teacher is gonna fail you unless you go up there, right? So I went and got my acoustic guitar, wrote her a song. And I was like, how you doing, Miss Serrato? She was like, can I help you, Mr. Jean? I was like, you know, I wrote this song for you and I want to sing it. Pull my guitar and some Bob Dylan, bang. Yeah, da, 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 bang. I sung one of the hottest songs. She looked at me dead in the eye and said, get out my class, you're flunking the class, you gotta go to summer school. I felt heart torn, but I went to summer school and just got straight A's in summer school and brought that to my mom, and she couldn't understand it. She was like, why didn't you just do that in school? Because the way that, when it was like Columbus discovered America and all that stuff, I just was not buying it. This is how Malcolm X died, I wasn't buying it. When they said this is how Martin Luther King died, I wasn't buying it. I wanted to know a little more than what was there, you know what I mean? A lot of time, it's good to mix the school knowledge with the street knowledge, you know what I mean? That's the best knowledge and stuff. So thanks, Miss Serrato.
One white girl I like out there that y'all know, artist-wise.
That girl, Natalie, yo, Natalie is a fox.
Yeah, that's the one I like, too.
That's what I'm saying, son.
The way I catch an inspiration is sort of like something that I see going on or something that's real personal. So when I write, I usually just take it from the heart and then it just pours out. You know what I mean? Anything that you write from your heart or through an experience. Like everything that I write is through experiences, you know what I'm saying?
For me, it depends on what type of song I'm doing, like what type of mood I'm in. Cause I always have like 5 albums that I always go back to. Like that Biggie album, the Raekwon joint, Nas' first joint, Illmatic. I listen to Machiavelli, and I always go back to them cause I feel, to me, in my time, I'm a younger person, so those are like the best albums I ever heard.
Some of my best lyrics come, I'm saying, in my own privacy somewhere, you know what I mean? Like when I may go to Wu Mountain for a minute and just sit by the lake, you know what I mean? You know, you get to yourself, and you just one with nature, and you can really express something different than just the project, and something different than just how much you want to stab it up to do the shorty, or you want to be with these wizards and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's something very epic about that.
Lately, you know, I've been really, it's been hard for me to write, so now I really just go in the studio, in the mic room, and put the headphones on, turn the mic off. My technique is rhyme until I don't know what to say next. Stop, think about it, then punch in the next few lines. Stop, think about it, punch in the next few lines right there.
Well, that's ill,
You know what I mean?
That's how I did my digital album the same way.
Yo, that way you just flow with the track nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you just get what's off what you've been thinking
Every
about.
word you said.
You know
That's
what I mean?
especially, that's like a hip hop technique right there you're describing. For y'all fans out there that want to learn how to do hip hop, when we go into the studio, throw in your headphones, turn the mic on and just start letting it out. Like Old Dirty do his whole album like that, you know what I mean? You just go up there and just let it out, and then then you just come with the next door and just keep punching it in. So you got a verse, then you may write it down then and recite it over. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm glad to see somebody else do that technique right there. So that's how I did my whole digital album, just spitting it out. There's one white girl I like out there that y'all know, artist-wise. She's got a nice style about her. She got a strange name though.
That girl, Natalie.
Yeah.
Yo, Natalie is a fox, yo.
Yeah, that's the one I like too.
You know what I'm saying, son? You know what I mean? Bobby Digital might have to do something, cut a song with her. RZA won't do it, but Bobby Digital may pop in.
I like Aaliyah, Lauryn Hill, Mary J.
That's a bad girl.
Maya. I like them. They're doing their thing.
Lauryn Hill for me, cause I like to see people just come from the bottom and just shine. Like when I look at like a Erykah Badu, cause I know that's somebody who will walk in a label and they'll look at it like, what is this? You know, nobody want to take a chance with it. Cause I was like one of those people when I started, it was like, can't rap that slow. Can't be serious. So just to see people like that do it just mean the world, cause they give other people out there a chance to be unique.
I want to do a joint with all of these brothers up here. That's what I want to do.
Well, we gonna do that though.
Yeah,
Hip hop
that's what I
community is definitely gonna collide like that. And I always want to do a song with Stevie Wonder, and only based on, musically. It's just way doing the hard and you know what I mean? Them older cats hit your heart a certain way. All the old stuff is great, and you'll be surprised probably how much you may walk to any one of our cribs and see a lot of 70s and 60s stuff, you know what I mean, just on the wall, in the crates.
I like Al Green and Curtis Mayfield. I'm real into their music.
I want to see Nas with Garth Brooks.
Word, the best thing is to work with somebody you always, looked up to, who's like a legend to you, you know?
My goal when I first started rap, I wanted to be like the best entertainer in the world. So I would want to do a song with like a Michael Jackson or something, just to see how the video would come out.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. I'm doing a new album right now.
You did a song with them.
Yeah, but I'm doing an album, so I know you're an old head, so I might be hitting you on that.
Be hype.
The older cats have that vibe, so like me being in the studio with like Maurice White or whatever, just the things that I'm learning. These ain't cats that did one album or 2 albums or 3 albums and had the hype for 2 or 3 or 4 years. I'm talking about they held it down a whole century, you know what I mean? So I want to know what was in their head when they were doing the music, so we last 25, 30, 40, 50 years.
I think for the millennium that hip hop gonna be the ultimate music. Like back in the days, it was rock and roll and soul and all that. For the millennium, it's gonna be straight hip hop.
It's just gonna get some more independence, more new, like record labels, distribution, from guys starting out on the street, just going straight with they
Internet.
internet, just selling your music over the internet. You know, the internet maybe even take out, be the end of record stores.
I'm quite sure we're gonna continue to grow. Hip hop's gonna continue to grow and set new grounds. But I wouldn't be surprised if more white rappers even be in more effect than black rappers. Like to whereas it may be on some 20 years from now, there's more white rappers and only 10 black rappers, you know what I'm saying, as far as being seen on TV. But there's so much money involved with this, I will not be surprised if they shift who the money's going to somehow, some way.
Hip-hop is definitely going to be a voice bigger than it has been, so it will be more of a threat than it was for the past 20 years. So they're going to be trying to shut it down in any way that they can. But as you know, this music will not go nowhere for the next 2,000 years. You know, so we'll be here.